Hello, hello, hello. Right, I'm just finishing off the Niv League that we were playing with the budget deck. We had a few recording issues along the way. Sounds okay. I don't love it, but it's okay. I'm going to keep it. Just hope they're not too fast. Well, that doesn't do anything. But those probably do. That's a pretty good pickup. So we can run that out. We got black, green, so red, white might be nice, though this can get basic planes, which might be important, so maybe I suppose it won't make a ton of difference. I'll take the red, white. We now have all 5 colours, so yep. So this is probably Urza, which I think generally is pretty decent. We have the Fracturing Gust. We have a G-Wish, so that's a pretty good out. And then obviously we have, like, is it Charm Knight of Autumn? And it's good that they've drawn a card there, because, well, sorry, that they've tapped out. So we can take this out. Oh, we can't take it out yet. Okay. Well, I'm going to shock and pass. And just, if they have the Sacred Foundry, not the Sacred Foundry, the Sword of the Meek, I'm in trouble. So that puts it in the bin. So yeah, I'm in a touch of trouble. They missed a land drop, so that's a bonus. So let's get rid of this now while we can, and then this is going to take out this, and they'll just sack it for a token, and this will come back. So that's pretty manageable. I'm going to shock, play knight, and hopefully recover. But yeah, they get a 2-3 out of the deal. But a 2-3 isn't particularly something to worry about. And Urza wouldn't be great. What's Engineer going to get? I have to take that out. Just too much value here. Oh, no attack, okay. Not drawing particularly brilliantly here. We're drawing Knight of Autumn, 2 lands and a bird. So not perfect, but anyway. Yeah, as things currently stand, we don't win the value race because yeah, they made a 2-3 out of their Thopter Foundry, and they're drawing cards off the Astrolabes, and the Engineers are just not value, but they are if they ever get anything going. So like if this is another Engineer, or I don't know. Okay, bridge I can beat. I think I meant to play this just for the scry. It's not going to have many opportunities to be any better unless I draw. I don't have Teferi, so. And there's Glittering Wish for the Fracturing Gust, and that should be game. Pretty likely to win off of that one card alone. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for them. They get a Scolding Tarn, And they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, they could go again. Suppose I didn't tap that, but right. So we've got lucky-ish. We'll fetch basic forest. Jewish. Grab Fracturing Gust, and we just throw it out now so that they can't float mana and use the Urza. So yeah, Urza's the best card they could have drawn there. But yeah, and because they have 5 lands, they're getting free value out of this. But we just need to find a Niv Mizzet and go from there. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Okay, well, I'm going to hold it. See, they're playing the card without paying the mana cost, so there's a chance here that something they flip off of this I can counter, and if not, damn it, I really want to, well, I have to deal with that, but the problem is I'd really like to loot. I think I'll just pass and see what I draw. If it's a removal spell for this, I could kind of ignore this. I can loot with this, sorry. Okay, well that just about gets us what we need. Fetching first just to thin the deck a little. It's not a massive thing, but when you're digging 10 cards deep, it will certainly help. Bring to light and all these things. Okay, so let's do 2 to that. And then we have this locked up now. Ajani and K command, pretty great. Oh, it's kind of... Okay. Well, those two together certainly caused me a bit of a headache. I'd like to just get rid of this, so that's Ajani plus K command, and then I can abrupt decay this, so that all works just fine. So Ajani first, bolt this, destroy target artifact, deal 2, and abrupt decay this, black, green, and that should be enough. We have them down to 7. So they're dead next turn, yeah. Jewish off the top was pretty nice. So let's just try and work out what we might want here. I think Statcast is pretty good. Tamping Sphere might be okay. As might Path. Cindivines is just artifact removal. I'm going to bring in the Fracturing Gust. Play side out a Niv. Because there's a non-zero amount of time I'm going to bring to light for Fracturing Gust. Each opponent can't cast their zeros, so that's pretty good. They have Mishra's Bauble, Mox Opal. Makes Wear a little more awkward as well. Ashok, so maybe, I think that's pretty decent. And that's pretty thereabouts. So, I'm not bothered about Assault Battery. Not overly in love with Izzet Charm. All this removal and stuff is fine. It's not overly exciting, but it's okay. I think maybe Izzet Charm's maybe better than Helix, actually, because there's very few things that I can tag with Helix that I can't tag with Izzet Charm. There's no 3 toughness creatures. It can kill the same stuff with the Izzet Charm. Ashiok, what do they... I mean, they use their graveyard. Yeah, I probably do want that. Donry's unnecessary, probably. It's one of the weaker cards of the deck anyway. Take out the Damping Sphere and the Kambal and the Ajani. And the Path, I guess. Is Path better than a Helix? Probably is. I'm cutting a lot of Helixes there, but this should be okay, I think. Basically cutting everything that has 3 power, because 3 damage built in, because yeah, everything they have is either 2 or 4. So sluggish, but it's sluggish. Okay, I'm going to keep because I just have to draw spells. But I have Fracturing Gust and Niv Mizzet. And now I have a way to cast stuff slightly early. So that was the best draw we could get, really. But yeah, it was a case of, as long as we drew into action, they probably weren't going to get under us too easily. Not a Thoughtseize, please. Okay. I don't know if they run Thoughtseize even, but I don't want to see it. We, generally speaking, have a pretty decent matchup against the artifact decks because all our removal is so flexible. G-Wish isn't all that exciting, I've got to say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe Donry's not terrible here. It ramps and it adds removal for the Niv Mizzet. It's between Donry and Campbell, really. I'll take Donry. The G-Wish was only really kept in because of the risk of surgical, which is a pretty poor reason to keep it in all honesty. Yeah, so that's a magic card. Type creature you control for add red or green creature spells you cast this turn can't be countered. Okay, so I can play this and uptick it and blow up this, and this will attack it and I'll go down a lot. So I probably don't want to do that. Probably just want to Assassin's Trophy. Because I do kind of want the fight mode on this later. Or potentially I do anyway. Get slightly punished here if they have another Urza, because we give them a reason to play it and there's a construct in play. No. So if they have another Urza, they can spin the wheel as well. Oh, this is where, is it now? Yeah, where for 2. I don't know what they have. Okay, yeah, I care about that. I care about that, and it's one of their only ways of like comboing off and killing me. So I think the safest play here is just to bring to light. And hope they don't have spell pierce. I guess I could unmod ego the safe fight quest, but yeah, let's just get use out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gains me 10. Gains me 8. But the key is really that, like, if I had exactly as a plus sword there, I would have been in trouble. It's not ideal, but we did bring in a static caster for this, so hopefully we can draw something half decent. The 2-mana draw card's actually really good on this, especially in this matchup. Right on time. I think I'm just playing Domri and upticking it and not playing static caster. Yeah, because I can respond to an attack by casting the static caster, and this just is pretty safe. I can blow this up, or I can yeah, I'm basically not going to lose this because I'll flash this in, block here, ping this. I'm down to 1 card now, so, but it is a whir. I'll let that resolve. I think there's a good chance that they're picking up Spyglass. I'm going to name this. Oh, Wellspring. Wellspring's pretty dangerous with this. So they just drew a card and then they could sack this and this and draw another 2. Okay, so they have the mana to just draw a card at this point. But yeah, I could block here, ping here. And then what this means is that, yes, they're going to have some cards in hand, but by pinging here, they could sack this and this will survive. But that's fine. But yeah, by going around it this way, we can drop Niv, draw some cards, and then we can fight this and kill it. So that's pretty useful. That's pretty nice for them. I'm starting to get slightly worried about what they have over there, but only slightly. I'll give them a life here, just so that I can keep. This keeps me the mana for casting any spell in our deck that costs 2. Let's have a fight. I guess we just pass. Maybe an argument for pinging these now, actually, just whilst I have no mana. Probably don't want to waste a welding jar on it, I would assume. No, he does want to waste a welding jar, so it'll still kill the other, because he'll take a damage. Yeah, onward and upward, I guess. And then this unmod ego can name Sword of the Meek, and that should just about do it. If you deal with the combo, yeah, you could just about get there. So, apologies for the quality of the recording here. I've had a fair few issues, but sort of to wrap up here, Wrenn 6 is a big loss. But Wrenn 6 is only it's just making you more consistent at what you're wanting to do, which is make 5 lands, make a Niv Mizzet. The 1 damage comes in now and again, but it isn't the reason you run it. You're running it for Crucible of Worlds, basically. And so by just adding a couple of safe right quests and trying to get the curve slightly lower, which is what that's doing, I think you sort of, well, you can do okay. Like, we went 3-2. We have nothing overly crazy for Hogak in this sideboard, and obviously Monday comes around. Hopefully we won't be seeing Hogak anymore. But this spell suite is pretty consistent, and overall, yeah, I mean, Domri isn't a card I would run in a non-budget build. Ashok isn't a card I run in my 75 at the minute, actually, and I've cut G-Wish because although it's really nice to have access to Fracturing Gust and Supreme Verdict and stuff like that, it's not a card I would choose to run on. It's not a card that actually helps your bad matchups like Mono Red or Hogak. Those are rough matchups, and they don't get any better with Glittering Wish because it's too slow. I like Maelstrom Pulse, K Command, Knight of Autumn, K's Gaia, Orzhov. I like all that, and I like all this. There's no budget things there, so I sort of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This mana base and this Ajani 6. 6 cards different in the main, plus the mana base. I mean, this is what I currently run. So it's 4 Astrolabe, 3 Wrenn 6. So, yeah, it's slightly different fairy there, but six cards in short. So yeah, you can play this for 100 ticks. You certainly, I don't know what that costs in paper. I don't know where you can make more cuts. Let's just have a look at my deck quickly. I like to try and do a pretty thorough wrap up at the end because I might not be visiting the deck again for a while. In paper, it's pretty pricey. But Assassin's Trophy is a card that, I mean, it is good. Don't get me wrong. I like Assassin's Trophy, but you could swap it out for, I don't know. You could swap it out for another Dreadbore or another Izzet Charm. Is not unreasonable. And I'd still like to run 1 or 2 just for Tron. Kea, it's not in every list. Kea's Guile is the better of the 2 cards probably, so you could quite easily just swap Kea Orzhov for Kea's Guile and save $4 or $5 there. And is there anything else that's a bit pricey? Maelstrom Pulse can be swapped with D-Sphere if you own one. You won't notice a massive difference. And we don't actually have much blue-white in at the minute, so it does sort of help in that sense. Birds you can't really get away from, I don't think. I mean, some people are playing Search for Tomorrow, but I don't really know how that mana base works. I haven't tested it myself, but I like birds. It's good. It's about making it, well, it fixes all 5 colours, not just one. That's the first thing. And the second thing is it allows you to make a 2-drop on turn 2 and play a tapped land, which can save you 2 life. It might save you 4 life, and that's all pretty important stuff. These Grove of the Burn Willows, not necessary really, but again, a lot of your money in paper is in the mana base, and the stuff that you're buying for the mana base that's pricey. The fetches and the shocks are transferable to other decks. Pillar of the Pounds is the anomaly there, that it's money that you probably wouldn't want to spend because it's not very transferable to other decks. You can easily cut these back, and the Groves. You can cut them and change your mana base to something closer to this. If you've got the money, I'd run these 23 lands and these for Arkhams, and this is slightly better placed money because you're only buying 2 pillars instead of 4. So yeah, if you can afford that in paper, that's what you should be doing, I think. That is everything from me. I really enjoy this deck. It's great fun. I would recommend picking it up. The budget version worked just fine. I would have hoped for a 4-1, but yeah, it's one of those situations. I can't remember the matches particularly great, but uh, yeah, this deck can compete with a lot of different stuff because it's so flexible, and it's sometimes nice to play more of a mid-rangey style control style deck, and that's all you really do with this deck. You if you resolve Niv, you tend to win maybe 90% of your games. So it's just a case of getting to that point. Um, so that's what the deck's designed to do, and it does it pretty well. Like I say, it's just the best removal spells in the 5 colours that you're playing. I do prefer the snow mana base just because Arkham's is brilliant, and you are less dead to Blood Moon and Field of Ruin. That's the upside. This version just a little bit better at casting like the mix of 2 drops from 3 drops, because that the mana is like it's more flexible. You know, 4 pillars, a city of brass, and all these fetch lands. They do just get you the colours that you need a little bit better than 6 or 7 basic lands. So, well, 6 basic lands and 4 prismatic vistas. It also deals you more damage, which isn't good. But it's all very playable. But you can play around with that. You can play this mana base. You know, you could play a fetch heavier version if you own them, and if you don't, well, you know, cut away. But certainly online, this deck's plenty cheap enough. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Thanks for watching. Check out the website, budgetmodernmagic.com. There's more videos there, and hopefully see you again soon with the next deck. Alright, bye for now. Thanks.